Welcome back to the Loadout Lounge. My name is Seth Nichols. Today we're going to focus on camp cooking and a ultralight build that I've made that works very well at campsites, and you don't have to build a full-fledged fire, and it's very lightweight. For this ultralight camp cook set, I really wanted to get as small as possible. Most of the time, this is in my get home bag. And so whenever I was thinking about a get home bag, I wanted a lightweight, super small, compactable, nesting style of camping cookware. So everything in here is going to be super small, ultralight, and it nests very well. So in my bag, it literally sits like this. So it's very small. It's about the size of like maybe a Nalgene water bottle, if you'll hand me the Nalgene water bottle. So here's a Nalgene. It's a 32-ounce water bottle. It's shorter in it, but it is a little bit thicker and quite a bit heavier ultimately, because you do have the gas tank. This is actually lighter than the gas tank itself. So we have the MSR Pro. It's an all-season fuel blend. Tried and true, works very well. So with the MSR Pro, you can put your burner on top of it, or if you have an attachment for a bigger style burner or something like that, this is very lightweight and it's very compact. So I've used this one a couple of times now, and it's still got plenty of fuel inside of it. So the main thing is this Toaks kind of set. So it's Toaks. It came with this little cinch pouch, which it sealed the deal for me. It made it very easy to know, hey, this is what I want. So the cinch pouch is just going to keep everything together, keep the lid on from coming off, and it keeps everything compact. So we'll take everything out of the little cinch pouch. So this can also, after you've opened everything, this can serve as a initial water filter. It's not going to get like the fine things, but it'll get most dirt and sticks and leaves out. Sand is probably still going to be able to go through here. I don't know how well this is going to pick up on the camera, but it's going to filter out a lot of the stuff. So you could actually, if you're wanting to fill up a Nalgene, just take this and put over the top. And then dip this in whatever water source and let the water just go in, and it'll filter out a lot of the contaminants potentially. And then you take this water and you put in if you have a GeoPress or an Ultra Press by Grail, perfect. Use a water filter, whatever you got. But this will be a good thing to use for the initial dirt filter, if you will, to get all the dirt and leaves and sticks out of the water. So with the Toaks nesting system, we've got two different containers here. And I will take out the one inside the other, and I'll set that over to the side for now. So we have a micro light travel towel. It's by Wild Horn Outfitters. It does have a little hanging loop, so if you want to dry it out, but it's a pretty nice size little towel. You could dry yourself with this if you needed to, but I have this as a kitchen rag, and it just rolls up, folds up very small. And I use it to kind of add some thickness into this. So if you were to pack this in there, it does fit. It wobbles around a little bit, makes some noise if you're walking and this is in your backpack. And so I just put this inside. Fits perfectly. And then you can put this in there. So I'll set this off to the side. This is a Toaks bowl. I will see if I can't find the link for it, but Toaks is the brand, and it will fit quite a bit of food in there. You can boil water in it. More than likely, you're going to boil water in this and then eat whatever you've cooked, or if you're eating out of here and sharing with somebody or something like that, you can do that. So we have the bowl. Then with this, we have a lid and some other stuff in here. Now I could fit quite a bit more stuff in here, but this is just the basic camp set, the basic what you need besides water to start cooking. So we have a small GSI Outdoors mitt, if you will. It's more of a finger mitt, and it will allow you to, if you have the handles, if you need to grab the handle, you can just grab around and it will keep your fingers from getting burnt. This I hardly ever use, if I'm being honest, but it's super light, super small. I just throw it in there just in case I ever get the fire out on the handle or someplace that I'm trying to grab a hold of, or if I drop something and I need to pick it up, I can use those to pick it up. We have a Toaks Spork. Now with the Spork, it does have a way to lock the handle. It's a foldable Spork. So you fold open the handle and you slide down this locking mechanism to keep it from collapsing on you. So then you can sit there, and a lot of times this is just a backup Spork for me. This is made out of titanium. Whenever I'm camping, I have a full, probably 8-inch Spork and spoon combo that I use, because a lot of times I'm eating out of a dehydrated meal bag, like Mountain House or something like that, and this is not long enough to get down to the bottom. But this is a good little compact Spork if you ever need a backup, or the additional person that's going with you can eat out of this bowl with it. We have a mini Bic lighter. You can never have enough Bic lighters in your EDC, in your truck, your car. I have a Bic lighter pretty much everywhere I can think of that would need one. So Bic lighter, little miniature one. It fits in here well. And then as far as the Toaks, this is the titanium 550 milliliter. It is a awesome camp set. It holds 550 milliliter or 16 ounces of water, and which is enough to cook your food in, boil water to put for your Mountain House meals, your dehydrated meals, and super compact. With the lid, it does have 3 holes in the top of it. The only thing I will say the con, but I always point out any negatives that are potentially there, is with the lid. Let's see if I can show you. Whenever you're cooking, with the lid, this little triangular piece will sometimes fall flat on the pan or on the lid. And I don't necessarily want to just put my finger on it and try to grab a hold of that little lip. So the only con would be having to stick your fork in there and trying to play with getting it hooked in there. I'm not necessarily, there's a way you could probably get some wire and attach to it and make it a lot easier. I've just not done that. And that's probably what I will end up doing, is getting some little fencing wire or something that will make a little handle on it. But this is how I've been doing it. That falls flat. I use my Spork teeth to go underneath it, lift the lid off, and set it off to the side. Most of the time, it's not a big issue. It just takes a couple extra seconds. I do like the lid because it has those 3 venting ports, and you can quickly tell if it's starting to boil the water, because steam will be coming out of there, or sometimes water will be popping out of there. So you take the lid off and you take this off of the fire. So I've used this a couple of times. I have another, it's a Stanley cup that I have in my camp set as well that I take with me. So I have 3 bowls or cups that my wife, I, and my son can eat out of. That way we're not trying to fight over who gets the last bite or anything like that. We just have enough to share with everybody. With this green pouch in there, which is a cinch pouch that you can use for a couple different things, potentially. It could be another screen for your water. If you put it over maybe a smart water bottle or something like that, could screen out the contaminant or dirt, maybe sticks, leaves, stuff like that. But the brand is BRS, and this is the burner that you put on top of the MSR ISOPRO fuel tank. And the arms come out just like that, and it is big enough to balance any type of cup on top of it. So it balances it. It does have some teeth on the top of each of the little arms. It is on the smaller side, which is, there was a point for that. I wanted something compact, super small, and it does the job. So you take this part and you screw it on to the top of the MSR fuel tank. And you're good to go. You can turn this to the right to tighten that off, that valve, and it'll shut off the fuel. You can turn it to the left and light the actual fuel canister. So let's do that without setting the house on fire. So there's about where I have it, and the flame is coming up about 3 inches or so. It'll let out a lot of heat pretty quickly, and then you just turn it all the way to the right and it'll cut it off. Now I'm not going to touch that because that's probably hot now, but you can just unscrew it, put it back all in the pouches, and put it back in your bag, and you're good to go. So this is, I know this is a Chinese knockoff. It's BRS is the brand, and I'll be honest, I ordered it off Amazon. So this is a definite upgrade from what I had. I had a little alcohol stove. If you've seen the, you can search these on YouTube and how to make them. This is just a Sprite can that I've cut down, and it's got some cotton inside of it, and then a screen. And then all you do is you take some alcohol and you pour in there and you light it, and it's a burner. And it will not, there's not, with this, there's not a way to turn it off. That was one of the biggest things, is you pour your alcohol, your ignition fluid in there, whatever liquid you're putting in there, you have to wait until this shuts off to get it to where you can put up. So I made this just trying it, and I had it in the bag. I had it in there in this little tub with all the other stuff, and it cut out this whole thing. But it's not practical for multi-day or even just multi-use, really. So I've used this a couple times. My wife thinks it looks very sketchy. It looks very weird, but it works. So if you want me to do another one of these, I can, and I will. Just let me know in the comments below, and I'll make another one of these, and I'll show you how to make it. But it's just a quick little alcohol burner, and it works very well. So with this ultralight camp set, you could use it in any type of scenario. I just have it in my get home bag. I used it just this last camp trip, and it worked very well, and it cooked everything I needed to cook. I wanted something that was super light, that I could throw in my, it goes in my truck. It's always in my truck, and I wanted to make sure that I had some way of cooking food or boiling water. So this is what I use. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know as well. So if you found something, or you know something that might work a little bit better, especially with this lid, if you campers out there, you outdoor people, if you know a way besides just getting some wire and wrapping around it, making a little bit longer handle, let me know what you suggest, and I'll give it a try. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.